Conceded last week, happy?
Yeah, it's always pleasing when you don't concede, especially against a quality England team who've got some dangerous players, obviously. But I full credit to the players. I thought they really worked hard for each other, and when we got under the pump at times, I thought we really showed a willingness to get off the ground and pick our next fights.
You haven't had a chance in Six Nations to work with the guys a lot. You've had a chance now. Is that been a better preparation for you?
Yeah, I think obviously the Six Nations was a little bit of a whirlwind for everybody, but having spent the last 10-11 weeks, we've managed to build some real momentum around my coaching and the players adapted to that.
Different England side this week, about 11 changes, I think. What are you expecting?
Same as last week, really. I think they've got a lot of changes, but they're still a really experienced team with quality players. So we're expecting a tough game. We give some young lads a start this week at fully deserved, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they go.
Joe Roberts, one of those, 13, a key player in defence. How have you been impressed by him?
Yeah, Joe's been, he's been great over the last 10 weeks, and like I said, he's worked hard, and tomorrow he'll get an opportunity to really see what he can do, and hopefully defensively he'll come up with some good stuff for us.
Nick, another centre partnership partner for you. What have you made of Joe since he's come in?
Mate, he's really impressed me. Coming in, I mean, to be honest, all the centres have come in, and you're just seeing how hard they worked for so long and have been relentless with it. So he's really impressed me. His footwork's phenomenal. He's fit. So it's just he's got a well-deserved opportunity, and I just hope he takes it with two hands and really runs with it and shows what he can do.
There's a lot of competition in that midfield, isn't there?
Yeah, tons. And right, it's pretty good, really. I mean, it'd be good for the coaches and good for us because it pushes us. And I think it's brilliant. Really sets the tone. I think it's something what Wales have missed over the time period. We've obviously had very set centres and they've been really good, but now it's probably a lot younger and a lot more competitive. So it's exciting, really.
There's been quite a few centre partnerships in the last couple of years. Getting that combination, how important is that ahead of the tournament?
Yeah, I think it's. I've said it before in the past. I think it's massively important. But it's on us as players to show we can consistently perform for them to pick that. So it's one of those things. It's the coaches will want continuity and they want to build a partnership. It's on us players now to step up and show who deserves to take that shirt and be there for a long time. So it's one of those things. Yeah.
Thank you.
James?
Just on that theme of midfield, England have got a new look midfield as well. Ollie Lawrence and Joe Marchant, two guys you know very well. What do you make of that?
Yeah, again, Ollie Lawrence going from Worcester to Bath, he was phenomenal for Bath. Really, kind of revitalised their kind of attack, and you know what he's all about. Big carry, strong lad. Joe a bit more industrious, kind of on the wing, running around off Marcus's hip. So both really good players, but again, both haven't played together like our centre partnership. So it's an enjoyable one. It's one of those where you're going to try and work each other out where the weaknesses are and stuff, and then try and stop their strengths. And
Lawrence brings a lot of physicality. Are you looking forward to trying to stop him on the game line?
Yeah. Well, it's week in, week out in the Prem, really, with players like that. So it's no different really for me, and I'm excited to see what he brings and how I can try and step up.
And a few Saracens players, the core of this England team. Is it nice to have those battles?
Yeah, it's always good playing against your mates. It's always fun. You want to get one over on them, don't you? So I'll enjoy running out there, and pleased to see them get selected and them doing well. But I'll be trying to get one over on them 100%.
And England have named their squad, but is there a sense of real urgency in terms of you guys, and are you still on edge in terms of the uncertainty around whether you're definitely going to be going to France, and does that make the competition stiffer? Does that make not more to play for, but does that make a slightly different environment going into this game?
Yeah, I would be lying if I didn't say you're not a little bit on edge. No one really feels safe in the sense that no one feels that their position's locked down, and I think that's the thing it brings. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about England coming back and trying to bounce back from the last performance, and they'll be able. But you forget there's 23 players back there who are all fighting for their lives in the World Cup, and it brings a lot of intensity, and it brings a lot of positive emotions that makes it. This game, there's a lot on it. I definitely feel that way. So we're all playing for a position on that plane.
Thank you.
Okay, Charlie?
Mike, what characteristics do you expect and do you prepare for when you're of England's attack?
I think early is one of the areas. I think our effort when the ball's in the air to work back, to resource breakdowns, and then obviously we've just spoke about the two centres they picked. I think one is you got to put the landmines out for him, Lawrenson, and the other one, Joe Merchant, who I think he's a really floor player, chases kicks well, good defender, really good solid player, and then obviously the experience of Owen and the emotion that he probably brings to them tomorrow. So we'll expect a little bit of everything, I think, tomorrow. But one thing we've spoken about is our effort-based work. I think coming here we got to, we can't die one team. We've got to work hard all afternoon for 80 minutes.
Okay, Elgin and then Nick.
Hi Nick. I think last week Wales might have had three of the tallest centres in probably rugby history, so slightly different proposition this week. I'm just wondering, are you expected to do the same things as Max Llewellyn, and what will Kieran be like coming off the bench?
No, I'm not Max. I am who I am, and I'll bring what I can bring, and that's what I want to do. So that's why I'll be looking to bring what experience I can and kind of show what I can do. And Kieran is, again, like Joe, but I've been watching Kieran for a bit longer. Has been phenomenal. Played against us for Ospreys in the European game, and he was outstanding. Real handful of a player. And you don't let the size to fool you. He's an absolute nugget, and he runs hard. He's got great footwork, so he's going to be great coming to the bench as well.
And the last time you were involved in Wales England, it was obviously a very different scenario in terms of just what Welsh rugby was feeling like, the good vibes after last week. What has the difference been like this summer for you being part of that?
I think Forsh touched on it slightly there, the fact that we all could get together for a long period of time and actually print a bit of DNA on us. And you saw last week, there's no wonder the defence is good. This man brings energy every day, and he's got an opportunity. He had an opportunity to work with players for a good length of time, and I think it makes a massive difference. And you're seeing it now. Whatever happens at the weekend, we'll probably feel like we've got a bit more identity back, and we feel like the energy that they brought in is really infectious. And I think that's really what we needed. And I think you're seeing it now, which we're really at the beginnings of what we can build this team into.
Okay, so Nick and then Andrew.
Nick, we were just talking to Ben Earl, and obviously, I think he's a delight to make the squad. How pleased with him are you that he's got there and he's got his full debut final? Yeah,
I mean, I'm over the moon for that. I've obviously known him for a long time, and I think he's deserved it for a long time, and he's been looked over. But for Saracens, he's been phenomenal. He's arguably one of our best players for a long time now. So I'm chuffed for him.
And just for both of you, just for Wales generally, what Alvin was talking about there. I mean, you say you're sort of getting the DNA back, but with where rugby's been, with the World Cup's always a great opportunity to give the whole sport a real boost, isn't it? And a bit of a feel-good factor. You must be looking forward to that sort of element of it, getting the public re-engaged and everything that goes with it, and just throwing absolutely everything at it and seeing how you come out.
I think in the dressing rooms after the game last week, you look at Lee Penny gets his 100th cap, and then you got Kieran Williams, Joe tomorrow getting the first cap. So I look at the rugby programme over the next couple of years, whether them lads, whatever team goes to the World Cup, I think Wales have got some players now going forward. I think there's a World Cup, there's a Six Nations, there's a tour, there's another autumn race, then there's a Lions tour. So I think Wales have got some players that can really grow over the next 24 months. And some players that are probably at the back end, but I think, for me, from a personal point of view, I think we've got some real talent that we can really push forward over the next couple of years.
Okay, so we've got time for two more, so then Andrew and then
Nick, just tomorrow is game 2 of your 3 prior to the tournament, so it's potentially the last chance that some of the players will have in terms of game times before Warren into squad. Does that put extra pressure on to perform tomorrow, that it might be the last chance? And Mike, is that something that the coaches have spoken to the players about if you're not getting too tight and staying in the moment, just do what you need to do?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what a lot of some of the experienced boys are going to have a job doing, making sure that energy doesn't tip over into that kind of tightness, anxious kind of thing, because they all need to understand that they've got to relax and release themselves to let themselves go. But it adds incentive, like I've just said. The pressure's always there, but you've got to manage the emotions on the day, and I think there's a lot of lads who've played their Jadzzy with his 50th are all going to be able to contribute and make sure that emotion doesn't run over. But yeah, like it's added incentive, added emotions. These lads, we're all, like I said, we're all playing for a spot in that plane. And I think it's something you can't forget about.
Yeah, I agree with Nick though. I think there's no going out there thinking he's got to try and do everything on his own, just play his normal game like everybody else. Just because there's a selection after next week's game, so we've got an idea about most of these players and what the strengths are. So tomorrow it's about the team, it's not about the individual trying to press, it's about what he does with what we do with each other. So on that basis, I think it's all about team tomorrow, not individual.
Yep, one final question.
Yeah, obviously you won, Nick, team last week against England. You could play England again in 6 weeks' time in a quarter final. Another win tomorrow would be potentially a psychological blow to strike even before the World Cup starts. Would you agree with that?
Look, at the end of the day, I don't really think about psychological blows or where we're going to be. I think we are 100% focused on the performance, and Forsh said it. We're looking at not getting outworked and being physical and stamping our identity on the game. And I think that there's no point in me thinking about what kind of thing, what impacts it could have or whatever. I couldn't care less, but I couldn't care. It's all about the team, like you said. It's more about how we perform, and putting our right foot forward and really going for it. That's more how I feel about it.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.